right, now that Democrats have won control of the House, some of their supporters are pushing for the newly empowered Democrats to pursue impeachment proceedings against the U.S. president. One of the Democrats' biggest donors, billionaire Tom Steyer, made impeachment the centerpiece of his $120 million campaign to help Democrats take back the House. Joining me right now, Tom Steyer. He's the founder of Next Gen America and has been calling on Congress to impeach the president for months now. Good to see you again.
Frederica, nice to see you.
All right, so are you feeling greater momentum behind your Impeach the President campaign now that there will be a Democratic majority in the House?
Well, our campaign has always been about collecting petition signatures from the American people and going directly to the people. It's true that having Democrats control the House of Representatives means that they can call an impeachment vote. But what we're really seeing is that the American people are increasingly understanding that we have a corrupt and lawless president and that we've got to impeach him and get rid of him.
At the same time, do you believe that, this impeachment talk, will frustrate the nation when many voters have also said that they want solutions to health care, to higher wages and education?
Well, Frederica, I think that what we've seen at the federal level is dysfunctional government. I mean, of course people want answers, and they deserve answers to the basic questions in our society. Questions like health care, gun violence, immigration, climate. Of course the federal government should be working on those and coming up with solutions. And of course, American citizens are frustrated and angry that they won't. But I think it is unrealistic to look at this president and this Senate and think that we're going to have people who are going to look at the facts and come up with solutions. I think we're in a place where we are in a constitutional crisis, and frankly, we're in a political crisis where this federal government can't seem to get anything done.
And then, let's talk about Florida, too, because Florida now in the spotlight with, recounts in super tight, pivotal U.S. Senate seat and governor's, races. So what concerns do you have, when the president of the United States and the Florida governor, Scott, use words like fraudulent without being able to back it up with any evidence? When we understand, the law to be in Florida that recounts have to happen when it is so incredibly tight, under half percentage point differences between the candidates.
Frederica, when I hear Republicans talk about voter fraud, what we're hearing it from a political party that has made cheating in elections the centerpiece of their electoral effort. This is a group of people who gets into rooms and tries to figure out how to suppress the vote, how to prevent African Americans from having the right to vote. We have a president who the week before the elections said that he wanted law enforcement officials to go to the polls to prevent quote unquote voter fraud, but really to intimidate people from voting. So for Republicans to claim they're worried about election fraud in Florida, which is the state where they literally stole the presidential election in 2000, is really ironic and ridiculous. Those are the last people in the world to be claiming that someone is breaking the law, that someone is cheating in elections, since that's their whole that's their basic modus operandi.
And then, Tom, I mean, here you're coming to us from San Francisco, and there are these very serious wildfires going on, in your neck of the woods there in Northern California, and then also in Southern California. What are your concerns about the firefighting efforts? The demise of people. So many are missing. Already 9, declared dead in Northern California. And, the president is overseas in Paris, and he sent out a tweet earlier, challenging, California and firefighting efforts, saying, not enough has been done to help prevent a moment like this.
Frederica, we have a president who can show no empathy for the people who are involved in a tragedy, for the people who are American citizens who are actually losing their lives, that what's going on here is we're trying to deal with something extremely serious, real time, and what he's trying to do is score political points. And let's take it a little bit further. you've got to think that the #1 job of the President of the United States is to protect the lives and safety of the American people. And here we have a president who, in denying climate change, is preventing this country from doing the very positive things that we can do that will make us healthier and richer, better employed with higher wages, and also deal with the ravages of increasing climate change. And here we are in Northern California with fires exploding around us, in Southern California with fires bursting around, and we have a president who not only is making it possible for that to be worse, who refuses to protect the safety and lives of the American people, but then sends some snotty political tweet. This is exactly my point. He's reckless, he's lawless, he's corrupt, he breaks the law every day. That's why he can be impeached. But his refusal to protect the lives and safety of the American people is why he must be impeached.
All right, we'll leave it right there for now. Tom Steyer, thank you so much. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And our best to the folks there in California up against these wildfires now.